Hello, welcome back. My name is Miss Cindy Renteria, and we are doing Savoy home-based infant video for the week. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for coming back. We are excited. We are almost closing out the month of May. Can you guys believe that already? We are moving forward. The days are getting pretty. As you can see, the sun is beaming right now. Um, thank you for everything you guys are doing. And then also, I wanted to say, I know right now your baby's already growing. They're already moving into that 1 year old stage. All these exciting little things are happening now. Soak up everything you can because, as you can see, babies grow really, really fast. I'm going to start off with our greeting song. After that, we're going to read our story and then move on to the activities that we have. This week, we have two activities that we're going to be working on. So here we go. Miss Cindy's here today. Miss Cindy's here today. Clap, clap, clap. Miss Cindy's here today. Remember, mommies, we want to be singing to our little ones daily. We want them to be able to have that language development skills going on forward, their cognitive skills. You're going to see as your babies start growing that they'll end up clapping with you, or they'll start trying to babble and move their mouth because they're looking at you while you're singing. And you want to say their name as you're singing. You want to say, mommy's here today. Give that one-on-one interaction with your little one, which is perfect when we're singing. Guys, I know many of you are doing this, and which just makes us happy that you guys incorporating everything that we are doing together. And then for the book of this week is going to be Farm. And this is the front cover of the book, the spine of the book, and the back of the book. We want to constantly repeat this to our little ones. We want for them to know. Maybe now you feel, well, he's an infant, he's a baby. It's okay. Repetition, repetition. That's what makes us, learn as we go. So we want them to get familiarized since now. The same way that they see a book, they know a story time with mommy, or one-on-one time with mommy, they will know, or with daddy, they will know as soon as you start doing seeing a book. They're gonna start familiarizing, and they're gonna start naming the parts. The best thing is that when you get a book out, and they automatically start saying the front of the book, the spine of the book, and the back of the book. So here we go. Farm. We have a duckling here, a small duckling, and we have a big cow. We have a lamb and a rooster with a cock-a-doodle-doo rooster. Here we have a piglet with the oink oink oink, and a sheep with the ba. And we have a goat right next to a duck with the quack quack quack. We have a horse with a neigh, and a chicken, a white chicken. Here we have a chick with a pew 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 pew, and a pig. We have a turkey with a gobble, 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 and a goose. You see the book only has pictures of animals. You can always expand the story time with them and saying this duckling is small and it's yellow. A duckling, this means it's a baby duck. So it's a duckling. And we have a cow with the moo. It's the cow is big, not small. We can always extend this activity as what color is this? The cow is brown with a white face. The duckling is yellow. There's so much that we can do with the story time. A rooster with his feathers. And this is what we want, moms and dads. We want story time to be fun. We want to be interacting. We want to be smiling when we read to our little ones. We want to be making as many sounds as we can as we're reading to them. We want to make this reading time a fun time. We want them to grow into loving to read. And the way of doing that is by us modeling and implementing reading on their daily routines. Reading can go on, as you can see. It took me about a minute or two to read this. It doesn't take so much time. And remember, a book can be read in so many different ways. So this is the book, Farm. And like I mentioned earlier, this week we are actually doing two activities since we're trying to wrap up all the activities for the closeout of this school year, which is almost here. So we are doing two activities, and then the first one that I will go I'm going to go into will be you guys received this in your packet, which is developing trust with your little one. I'm just going to read a little bit about it, and then you guys are able to read, continue to read it at home. Developing trust. During the first years of life, babies are learning about their surroundings and their place in these surroundings. They are attempting to figure out how the world works. Can I make interesting things happen? Are people caring? Do my accomplishments matter? What draws people to me? Is there someone I can trust to help me and teach me? The answers to these questions come from a baby's experiences and lay the foundation for future learning. Your actions and reactions, your words, your responses, your voice, and your celebrations of a baby's accomplishments will contribute to this sense of self. So of course, we as mommy and daddy, we give them the sense of trust and the sense of self by like it says here, clapping at every accomplishment. If the baby is waving bye bye, we all get excited. So what's going to happen next? The baby's going to wave bye bye again. The same way when baby holds the bottle by himself, that you celebrate that. The same way that he's going to continue to do so because, oh, I'm getting a celebration. I'm getting this happiness. Or when the baby is crying, mommy comes and you cradle him and you ask him, "Oh, okay?" He's going to get that sense of self. Oh, they're caring for me. I cry. And sometimes that crying can be a little testing because sometimes they cry and they're not crying. They know you're going to run. So you want to be cautious of how we give attention to our little ones. And then also, what is it that you can do to develop this trust with your babies is another way is by you being present for your baby, making sure he knows you're there for him, acknowledging his calls for attention. If you are busy, let your baby know you're coming shortly. Let them know, speak to them. Also, being available to your baby does not mean that he never experiences the world alone. Babies need to learn to fall asleep on their own. They need to learn to calm themselves. They need to learn to entertain themselves. You can help your child learn these things by letting him know that you are close by. For example, when helping your baby learn to fall asleep on his own, make sure he is dry. Go to the door every 5 minutes or so. Let him know you're there, and then you have confidence that he will succeed in falling asleep by himself. If he fusses more than 20 minutes, of course, you will go in there, calm him down and help him go to sleep. And of course, always celebrate your baby's accomplishments. This is the handout for that. And then we have here is clapping along together is one of the activities that we have for this week, and it's from our teaching strategies. Also, the primary objectives for this activity is forming relationship with adults. Adults meaning dad, mom, uncle, auntie, grandma, grandpa. And why is this important? Young children are interested in the rhythms and patterns of speech and music, and they can respond to simple gestures. Clapping to a song helps draw your child's attention to the sounds and rhythm of language and engages her with familiar adults. So, of course, you don't need no materials for this activity, just yourself and your baby. This is what you're going to do for this activity. You're going to sit your baby in front of you and in your lap. If so, you can hold your baby in front of you. And you're going to be singing any type of song as like Miss Cindy that does the clapping. Miss Cindy's here today. Miss Cindy's here today. You can do the clapping movements for any of the songs that you choose to sing, and you want to repeat the song, and you want your little one to clap. If your little one is not able to clap just yet, and this is for our older ones, if they're 6 months in clapping, you want them to clap. And if they're not clapping, you want to do hand over hand, and you're going to want to clap together. And you're going to repeat the song and encourage your little one to follow along. Also, continue the song as long as your baby is interested, and you can always incorporate any song as like if they're you're getting ready to change your diaper, they're laying in the bed. That's a perfect time to do this song. You can say, "We're changing your diaper, mommy's changing your diaper, change, 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 change. You want to do this rhythm, and it can be done at any time. And you want them to start clapping. If your little one's clapping, you're going to see them following you along. And if not, you want to encourage it by putting hand over hand. And eventually, you're going to see that they're going to start clapping together. This is a really good activity for you guys to do it with them, and do this activity as long as you want to do it as long as your baby's interested. And then also what we have here is another handout that they added to this packet, which is understanding early memory. Dear parents, this is one of the handouts here. I'm just going to go over it a little bit, summarize it for you guys. As adults, our memory is dependent of our knowledge of language, labels, visual organizers, and the context of time and space. We need to remember infants do not have any of these tools. Their memory focus of sensory sensations. A baby memory is not yet fully understood by science, but it appears to be more connected to people, preferences, and feelings, especially during the first 2 years of life. This is what you guys can do to help understand the early memory of your little one. Of course, there's no scientific evidence that anything parents do in early years in the way of formally teaching their child will result in early memory. Instead, it is recommended that you offer an environment that is safe and provides plenty of experiences for building and understanding how the world operates. This environment includes a caring adult and helping guide their learning. Also, repeat your activities with your baby often. Repetition increases the strength of wiring connections. Children make new experiencing activity and learning a new skill. So we want to be repetition, repetition, like I normally say. And this is what's going to help build your child's memory. Also, enjoy every minute of your child's beginning years. If you store the memories, you can share them with your child later. Little ones often ask about their memories. When did I walk? And of course, they always want to know, when did I start walking? What was my first word? What is something funny I said and did? So we want to be the ones soaking in all these memories of our little ones. And then the second activity we have for this week is going to be tummy time, cloth exercising and singing. So what is it that we need for this activity? Of course, we just need a cloth. And if you have any different type of materials or any different type of toys, like cloth toys or a little bar or anything. And of course, we need a book for this. This is how we're going to do this activity. You're going to want to lay down like a baby cloth. And of course, if you have like different type of materials that you can lay down, will be great, like a towel, the cuddly material. And then you can lay down what it is, like a softer baby blanket, or one of those another blanket that has like some type of ridges. You want to place like different type of textures when you lay down your baby. And you want to place your baby down on their tummy. And you want to talk to your baby. You want to see what he's doing. You want to encourage him to lift up his head. And of course, we want to be mindful and respectful of their cues. If they're getting antsy, we want to give them a little break. We want to turn them over to their to their back. And you want to continue doing this activity as much as you can. And of course, you want to be talking to your little one during this activity. You want to encourage him to pick up their head, or you want them to be able to look around. You want them to be feeling the different type of textures they're laying on. All these are giving them all these motor and language skills. And exactly for motor, what we're doing is tummy time is helping your baby motor skills in their neck and in their back and their stomach muscle, because they're using their stomach to be able to stay strong. And then also in language, your baby is recognizing your voice and will try to look and lift their head to find you, to find that voice. Also, your baby will look for a while and then look away. When his brain and muscles are stimulated, he needs to have balance between the activity and resting. So we want to be doing this activity, then we want to be talking to our little ones. We want to be an eye level for them, of course. And then a safety tip, like always, stay close to your baby while you're doing this activity. Tummy time needs to be short, but if you can repeat it as many times during the day and whenever your baby is awake and alert. Tummy time should be short, like it says here, but you do want to do it throughout the day. You want to do it in the morning. You want to do it um, after their nap in the afternoon. You want to do it throughout the day. And what we're expecting for our parenting behaviors, you're going to be supporting this learning by creating an interesting blanket and interacting with your child. You're motivating your baby to play longer. The more you interact, the more he'll be able to sustain and do this activity. Also, in continued learning, what we have here is tummy time clock can go as long as you travel through your day. Try new ways to encourage your baby to spend more time on his belly. Like you can lay across your baby and talk to your baby, sing to your baby, read a story to your baby. This is what we want to be able to prolong this activity. And you have this handout. Of course, if you have any questions, you can ask myself or your home visitor. And what we have here for our parenting handouts, we have two parenting handouts. The first one is helping curiosity grow, and you guys received this in your packet. This one says, here are some ideas that you can begin to working right away and helping the curiosity grow in your baby. Look at this little cute baby on the bottom. What we have here is your child's first years are always very important, and important time in laying a foundation for a lifetime of curiosity, of course. And this is something you guys can do right away is in hearing. Let your child listen to some soft music, help her make sounds by banging blocks together, talk and sing to your baby. And of course, in sight. Use brightly colored clothes, toys, room decorations. Show the baby the pictures that hang on your walls and pictures in books and magazines. So we want to show our baby pictures and touching. Give your child many, many different textures like soft, hard, smooth, and rough. Touch your child, let her touch your skin, your hair, your clothing. Tell your baby what she's touching as she's touching. Say things like, feel how soft this blanket is or how hard the ball is. Also in taste. Encourage your child to try new and different foods. And smell. Give your baby many chances to smell safe things such as soap, food and flowers and their feet. The child who is curious is a child who is learning. Try to see and hear things as your baby does. Share the experience. When your baby gets excited about something, she probably has had a wonderful idea about it. That is what is learning is all about. This is what you guys got in this handout. And then the other handout that we have here is it's from kidshealth.org, and you're more than welcome if you want to go over to that website. And we have here, which is for in our family well-being, is what we have bilingual families. And this is the handout. In some countries, it's common for kids to learn 2 or more languages at a time and to use them daily to communicate and understand people around them. In fact, some kids grow up in places where 4 or more languages are spoken. Also, and that's in bilingual families. And what does bilingual mean? Being bilingual means understanding and expressing yourself in 2 languages and being able to convey your thoughts clearly in both. Being plurilingual means having these skills in more than 2 languages. And I know many of our families here are bilingual or know more than 2 languages. Myself, I'm bilingual. I speak Spanish and I speak English. And being bilingual, like it says here, it is being fluent. So we want to take advantage of this, being able to be bilingual with our families. Also, you can learn your children your language, and also speak English, and let them learn your home language. And there's several methods can help kids be bilingual. And each is very important to expose kids to both languages in different settings and help them understand the significance of learning each language. And you can help them by the one parent, one language approach. Means each parent speaks the different language at home during the early years of their child's life. For example, the mom can talk to your child in English, and the father can just speak Spanish or speak your home language. Also, the minority language at home method allows parents to establish uses for each language. For example, while kids will only speak Spanish at home and they will speak English at school. That was the instance for me myself. I would speak Spanish at home with my parents, and then I had English at school. That's how I was able to learn both languages. But my parents did encourage to speak Spanish, and then encourage me to use it, not just listen to it. I will actually speak it, as now I know how to speak it, I know how to read it, I know how to write it. And I'm happy for that. I'm happy that my parents had that approach, because now I'm able to actually be able to support and help anyone in that English language as well as Spanish language. And this one says it gives you a lot of tips and information on how to incorporate the two languages at home. I always encourage my families to, even if it's introducing your child to your language by your music. And it's important to talk about our culture. It's important to give our children the opportunity to be able to grow in that language, to grow in that culture, and the experiences in the food wise, clothing wise. Now it's very tough for traveling, but sometimes, we get to experience it more when we have the opportunity to travel to our country, which is nice. You want to read stories. You want to say childhood memories to your little ones. You'll be impressed of the faces they make as when you start talking as when we were little, because sometimes they think that we were born this age and at this time. They don't understand that we had a childhood like them until we start speaking about it. And it's nice to bring that up to our families as well. Thank you so much for joining me. And then I just have some couple of announcements. This Friday we will have our parent meeting, which is May 14th. I hope to see everyone there in our parent meeting. We will have the Children's Museum presenting about their new summer project that they have going on. We do have we will have a Head Start teacher, and then we will have one of our home visitors speaking to our parents about nutrition. So we have great information that's going to be given out. And then also we are getting ready to start doing our applications for EHS Home Base, which is this week actually. If you know anyone that's interested, send them our way, or let your home visitor know. We can reach out to them. We will start taking applications May 12th for EHS. And thank you so much for being here once again, for joining me in this video. And I don't think I have any more announcements, but thank you once again. Bye bye.